Sumeria is where for people who don't
Sumeria is an ancient civilization which was located in Mesopotamia, and when we say Mesopotamia, they were way before
The cradle of civilization.
Yes, as they call it.
The Tigris and the Euphrates, the birth of agriculture and
Yes.
ranching. Yeah.
Yes, but Sumeria basically is way before Babylonia, Assyria, and other Middle Eastern civilizations, and all of those.
The language was Arabic.
No.
Sanskrit.
way before.
No, that's the question. We don't know for sure what was the
cuneiform. Sumerian cuneiform.
Yes,
right?
Sumerian cuneiform, but that's very interesting because Sumerian language has nothing to do with either Semitic language or even Aryan language. But surprisingly, I have seen lots of Sumerian words in both languages, especially Semitic languages, but it doesn't mean that Sumerians were Semitic.
And currently, the land of Sumeria is where?
In
what-
Iraq.
In Iraq.
Yeah, in Iraq today. Today's Iraq is, Sumeria, ancient Sumeria. But the CNI basically goes back to, if you take a look at the dollar bill, you see the CNI on the top of that, and it says lots of things, because why it is incomplete, why that pyramid on the dollar bill is an incomplete pyramid.
Yeah, why did that wind up on the dollar? Has it been the Seeing Eye? Has it been in other places prior to the U.S. dollar, or was that the first time it was?
Well,
printed?
you could see that in Freemasonry's culture, and you could see that in Illuminati, and definitely you could see that in other secret societies that had been even before Freemasonry, and
you can also see it in the Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
There was a little bit of that imagery in there. Yeah,
Sure.
J.R.R. Tolkien was an awesome dude.
Sure.
He really wrote some great books.
And then I think the pyramid is incomplete because the top of the pyramid is unseen. You cannot see these people, but the funny part is they can see you, they can watch you. And we'll get to that point, but as you know, everything they're working for is going towards New World Order, and I hate using that term, but that's what it is. And when
Why do you hate using the term?
Because lots of
It's a contemporary term.
It is.
yes,
But it
and
is a very old plan, right?
yes, it is a very old plan, but lots of people poison the well.
Yeah, very good.
That's
good
why
choice
I
of words,
don't want
yes.
to use that term, but the
Yeah.
reality
There's
is
truth there. The water is good, but they poison it
Exactly.
with a bunch of stuff that's
Yes.
BS, disinfo.
Yes.
Right.
And if you go back, and now they want to attack Iran. Okay, 1979, Shah of Iran told this before leaving Iran, said that there is a plan by rich oil companies such as BP, even mentioned the names, that they want to turn a unique United Nation of Iran to different countries, to 4 or 5 countries.
To break it
They
up.
want, like they did with Yugoslavia.
Yes,
and-
exactly.
And just about everywhere else.
And there were
Yes.
plans to do that in Iraq.
Yes, and he warned Iranian people that be aware of that. I am
Divide and conquer.
exactly divide and conquer, and there is a video about that. We will take a look at that video. That video would clarify lots of things. I don't agree with everything that clip says. You would see that Webster Tarpley
Are you a
will
fan?
talk about it.
You a fan
I
of
live-
his? You like Webster?
Well, yeah, I like him. I like him. He is the only scholar that is not shy. He talk about lots of things. Such
He
as
is an
Iran.
amazing scholar. I
Yes.
don't know if I've ever listened to anybody who knows
Yes.
more than Webster.
Yes.
Whether or not his interpretation of things is
Yes.
correct, but he has more base
Yes.
knowledge than anybody I've
Yes.
ever come across.
Yes. He.
Amazing.
Yeah, he believes that lots of things that are going to happen in Iran and that region is because of oil. I personally don't think oil is everything that they are looking for. Like I said, they are thinking about the new world order. So they're going to-
Iran is a staging militarily, is a strategic military
Yes.
standpoint. It's a staging area for assaults on the stands
Yes.
and into Russia and China.
Yes, true. But at the same time, if you notice that Iran was the old civilization or old superpower known as the Persian Empire, and the New World Order needs to get all the old stuff. Like for instance, in China, you had this Chinese civilization, old Chinese
China.
everything. They turned it to this communist thing. That, you know, and that was the first step that New World Order took. China, the new Chinese civilization, and then they're going to do the same thing to other countries, to other old civilizations such as Iran.
I had a thought this morning. I was driving to work and I listened to the radio
Yes.
a lot of times on the way to work. I didn't used to. For a while, I couldn't even hear the radio because it was so making me sick. But I'm able to listen to the radio now. And NPR was talking about all these school massacres that have been happening in China.
Yes.
And they don't have guns there, but they're
Yes.
using like knives and swords and
Yes.
stuff. And it's really hideous, horrible stuff. And I remembered a line from a Clint Eastwood movie, The Outlaw Josie Wales, where, you know, this guy says he's a bounty hunter and he's after Josie Wales, and dying ain't much of a living, boy. You know, I gotta make a living, so I gotta go. Well, dying ain't much of a living, right? And that's
I
what I
have that
feel
myself
like with
once.
our way of life is killing us. And what
Yeah.
kind of way of life is it if it's bringing you death?
Yes.
You know, and we really need to change things fundamentally.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Obama, one thing about Obama, from day one, he didn't do anything but supporting the Ayatollahs. And that is a very, very bizarre strategy that now, the last news that we got was from an Iraqi general that leaked this news that the U.S. Army actually has secret bases near the Iranian-Iraqi border. They're getting ready for something. What they know, they don't know, but definitely they're about to do something.
A month or two ago, I was aware of the bunker busters.
Exactly.
They were sent from California, USA,
Yeah.
to an island in the Indian Ocean where they were staged for apparently an attack on Iran.
Yes.
These bombs have like multiple layers, and they'll go deep underground to get
Yes.
these
Yes, absolutely.
bunker busters.
And also, you hear the news, if you were watching the 9/11 Truth, we were talking about how they actually, instead of taking care of the 9/11,
First responders.
first responders, taking care of them, they actually voted to,
They introduced a bill,
they introduced the bill to
basically
And-
say
Israel.
you can
They
go
want
and
to
attack
gild
Iran.
Israel. They want to take
Yeah.
all of Israel and encase it in gold and worship it.
Yeah, that's
behind a big wall.
The
That-
golden calf.
exactly, exactly. And you know,
I'm sorry.
no, but you're absolutely right. And,
The
you're absolutely
analogy
right.
holds.
Because in even the Bible, the story, it says like when Moses went up to
Right,
the
right. He got the
mountain.
first commandments and he came
Yeah,
down, and,
yeah.
and that's Old Testament. That's Hebrew.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and that's interesting because that was in Hebrew.
Yeah, yeah.
And they-
Hebrew has a great. There's
Yeah.
wonderful stuff in there.
Yeah.
And you know what the Torah, right?
Yeah,
That's what they call the
exactly.
book.
Yeah.
It's a very good book. I mean,
So the golden calf is right there. You
Yeah,
can see it.
yeah.
The golden calf. So Sam, I don't know if the clip on Webster Tarpley is ready or not. Sam, can you hear us? Or can you hear me?
There's somebody up there. There's
Keep
a,
talking.
Okay.
Keep talking. Okay.
So I keep talking.